Hey guys, hello, it's Valentine's Day, February the 14th, and I'm sitting here, you can see it here on the map, about half an hour north of Denia, where I was hiking yesterday. Now, if any of you are looking at this video up close, you may notice that my face is a bit of a mess. So I'm here camping this campsite. I came here yesterday after my hike yesterday, and I'll explain what happened to my face. And I'm going to stay here. I stayed here last night, and I'll tell you about that in a while. And I'm going to stay here tonight and maybe tomorrow night, and have a couple of days of rest. So let me start and go back to the 10th. So I've had a really good week. Apart from my face, I've had a really good week. So I did my walk on Monday, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday I had 4 great walks that you haven't seen yet. The first one, the 10th, I did a short walk, 10k, but about 600 metres of climb, and a magnificent walk called the Alto de la Cruz. So it was up to a cross, and it was absolutely beautiful walk. You can see here the distance and the location and so on. What can I say about the walk? Thyme, rosemary, fennel, all sorts of herbs growing wild up in the mountain. Beautiful, tough but beautiful walk along by cliffs, through woodland. The terrain kept changing. Some very rocky stuff underfoot, and some very steep climbing. But a beautiful walk. Really enjoyed it. A tough walk. The 600 meters I found tough, but a lovely walk. And then on Wednesday the 11th, I moved to a place called Al-Khalali, something like that. And I did a walk called the Col de Rez. You get about 10k and about 400 meters of ascent. But I ran down the backside of it. So I climbed up one side and I ran down the other side. And that was a super easy walk. Really enjoyed it. And I actually wanted an easy walk because I was tired after the day before. And so that was Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I had another really nice walk. So I went over to Xabia. You pronounce it, I can't. I went over there and I actually camped there in the harbour overnight. But I went up into the Balcon de Havès, and that was about 300 meters, only about 8k, but again, beautiful walk, and really interesting because the back half of that walk came down and through was obviously the what was it called, the Dalkey, or the Vico Road or whatever of that town, because there were villas up there like you've never seen. Beautiful modern villas, all white and glass, and infinity pools. Absolutely spectacular. It was actually a lovely walk. I really enjoyed the walk. And I'd say I camped, I parked up in the harbour, which was beautiful. The only mistake I made was I was in one position and I moved to a different position, which is looking over the water, which I thought would be really, really nice. But unfortunately, I didn't realise when I went to bed there was a lamp directly above the street lamp and the harbour, directly above my ventilation, which I'd open, and I've no screens anyway, so it was shining right in. So I woke up half a dozen times during the night with the light on. But I'd found a walk in the area that was really super hard, and called Cruise of Denia. And so I went up to Denia that morning early. Went up there at 8 o'clock and parked up at this sort of a little shrine to a priest, padre, somebody or other, and a little sort of a church there. And I said I'd go and do that walk. Now this is supposed to be a 16k walk and 900 metres of ascent. So this was going to be a really, really tough walk. God, I'm telling you, it was the hardest walk I've ever done. It was brutal. So the walk up, the first part of it was obviously designed to lull you into a false sense of security. You had about 6 kilometres on basically hardcore road. And then that became a sort of a rocky road, then that became a trail, and then you came to the real McCoy, and you started climbing, and you climbed, and you climbed, and you climbed. Anybody who's climbed, I think I did 988 metres of ascent, almost 1,000 metres of ascent. Anybody who's climbed 1,000 metres, let's say over a couple of kilometres, knows what I'm talking about. But that wasn't the hardest bit. That was really tough. The hardest bit was almost at the top, maybe about the last, I don't know, 500 metres or from the top in distance. It was rock climbing. I was literally walking along faces with sheer cliffs, limestone paths this wide at a slant. Ferocious wind, absolutely incredible wind blowing, and really dodgy. I mean, really dodgy. And then I had to put my poles away and actually to climb up. We're actually literally climbing up sort of limestone rock faces. It was beyond scrambling. It was definitely, we're heading into mountaineering, so we were. But anyway, I met a couple of guys coming down who encouraged me, said you're almost there, and I got to the top. Which was pretty spectacular, and then I started the descent, and the ascent was even harder than the ascent, because the back half going down was all really again zigzagging path, but really incredibly steep, not the kind of zigzagging path with switchbacks that you expect. This was a properly steep descent, a lot of loose stones and rocks, so really tough descent. But anyway, I did the descent and I came back down, and I made it down in one piece, and I was happy to pick a manure. So I'm walking back up a stone path, so they do sort of a small cobblestones, cobblestones about the size of your fist standing up like this, so there's only little squares at the top. And I'm walking back there, maybe heading back to the van, no distance at all to the van, I can see the van, and I'm folding up my poles, and one of these little things had come up and bent. My toe caught under it. I was holding the poles with my two hands like this, and I fell forward, and I landed on my face on the rocks. And if you can see me up close, I really bashed my face. So I really bashed my nose, and it's all bashed, it's all bruised. The amount of blood that came out of me was sort of ferocious. I bashed all my hands and my knees and all the usual thing, but with my face, I thought in fact I'd smashed my teeth, because my face hit it. It was like a crunch, because I'd no hands underneath my face, and my hands underneath my body with the poles. I went down so quickly. And so I sat there for a while with the blood pouring out of me, just waited for the blood to stop. And of course my clothes were all ruined. So I made my way back to the camper van, and lots of people, when I got at the camper van area, where the parking area where I'd parked up, saw me. Everybody was worried about me, but I told them I was okay. So I went in and I cleaned myself up as best I could. I had a shower, put antiseptic cream on everything, and decided that maybe I needed a rest. So I drove up to this campsite, Of course, it was Friday the 13th yesterday. I should have known, but I drove up to the campsite, and I came here for a couple of reasons. The first was obviously I was wrecked. I said I need to take a couple of days off and rest. The second was that very high winds. Like, I got an alert actually on my phone from the local authorities telling everybody to stay in and stay down. Very high winds, and we actually had them last night. Like, seriously high winds, and earlier this morning. So I wanted to be in a campsite. I didn't want to be on the side of a mountain somewhere. Number three, this place was really recommended for the food. The food was really good here. Little restaurant here. In fact, I had pizza last night, which was delicious, and 2 glasses of wine, and chatted to some Dutch people, which was sort of lovely. And the final reason, I suppose, was I wanted to top up my tank with water and empty my cassette and my wastewater, all those kind of things, and maybe have a bit of company as well. So I decided to do that. So it's been a really, really interesting week. So here I am on Saturday the 14th, Valentine's Day. I'm probably going to stay here tomorrow as well. So I'll stay tonight, I'll stay tomorrow night as well, and leave again on Monday. And I don't think I'll walk tomorrow either. I think I'm just going to chill here. I was sitting in the sun with my hand up like this, trying to get dry, and my face up to the sun, trying to dry everything out. I've purposely not covered them. I'm trying to let them air and let them dry out, because they're all sort of very tender and mushy. My nose, as you can see, is all swollen, so I'm hoping that will all go down over the next couple of days and I can get back to normal. So my plan is not to walk tomorrow, and I'll get back hiking on Monday. The rest of the trip, Bellero is incredible. I can't sing the praises of this van enough. I am just so happy with it. I cannot tell you. Great van. I mean, really pleased with it. The weather's great. I mean, we've had a lot of wind, and the wind is cold when you're in it. But the weather's been great. I see the weather at home. It's freezing cold and pouring rain and snow and sleet and whatever. So I mean, I was sitting out in the sun. My table and chairs are out there, and I had my lunch out there and just sitting in the sun. So I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Now, having said that, I have these on, so because the wind is cold, but I'm absolutely beautiful. So all is good. Nothing else to report really. I'm good. Face a mess, but face will get better. I'm good. The van is good. The weather is good, so no complaints. Talk to you soon. Bye.